Well, it's done got here to the middle of February, and it's time to get in here in the greenhouse and plant us up some tomatoes. I like to try to have my tomato plants planted up about 8 weeks before my expected planting date. The last couple of years I've had to go a few weeks past that, but I'd rather have bigger plants than be late and planting little bitty plants. That's just my preference. Now I'm going to start these in the greenhouse. I got some other stuff I've already started in the greenhouse. Some cool weather crops. Some flowers and such like that I just start in the greenhouse and leave them. But my tomatoes, eggplants, peppers, I'll take them indoors and keep them indoors. So let's get in here and start planting some tomato seeds. Well, as you've seen in the opening of the video, I got in here and was preparing my seed starting mix. Now guys, if you don't want to start your own seed starting mix, just get you any kind of good seed starting mix. It ain't no, personally I don't think one brand's any better than the other. But for what I'm using, I don't know if some of you watched my later video back several weeks ago. I mixed up my own seed starting mix, and every year I kind of do it different, but this year I got a good premium quality potting soil, and I got a bag of garden peat, and then I'll take some of my compost and screen it and mix it, and I'll put the ratios in the screen here because I kind of do it by eye, but on that video I said a certain percent of this, this, and this, and I'll put it in the screen and tell y'all what I did. But like I said, every year I kind of try something different. This here is really looking good. So we're going to get over here and I'm going to show y'all what I'm going to be planting up. Now for tomatoes this year, I really loved these Hasenator tomatoes last year. And if you don't get them from Haas, you actually can get them other places, but they'll be called Cicada STM 2255s. And I love that tomato, and I had that one plant that was planted down on the west end of the garden that got early shade, produced tomatoes right up till the first frost. Now they say that's a determinate tomato, but I would classify that as a semi-determinate or a semi-indeterminate because it kept producing all year. Next up, I'm going back with one I done last year. Is a Cicada tomato seed, the red snapper. Now I done it in a roaster last year, but this year I'm just going to do the red snapper because I got some other new ones here I'm going to try. Now one of the new ones that I'm trying, everybody knows a celebrity tomato, and I've raised them before, but I'm trying for the first time the Celebrity Plus. Another new one I'm trying is because I love the Cherokee tomato, but the Cherokee tomato is hard to grow. It gets so many diseases and stuff with the heat and humidity we have. But they have one called the Purple Boy, and it's a hybrid tomato. And supposedly it tastes like Cherokee, and it looks kind of like a Cherokee. So I'm going to be trying that this year instead of a Cherokee. If you've ever grown this, please put in the comments down there and let me know what your thoughts are on it. Should I be expecting something close to a Cherokee tomato? A big Cherokee tomato is my favorite tomato. But the problem is I never could grow them like the old lady that I used to get them from up there at my hunting club years ago. She could grow them and they'd be that big around. Some of the ugliest tomatoes you ever seen, but them was the best tomatoes I ever put in my mouth. The next one is a cherry tomato, my all-time favorite, the Tropical Sunset. It produces tomatoes right through the summer, right up till the first freeze. or at least it does for me. The next one is my other favorite. I get it from Burpee. It's the Honey Delight Hybrid. It's a little bit bigger than a cherry tomato, usually about yay big around. And this year I'm going to try pruning some of the suckers off because my tomatoes wasn't as big. They was more like a golf ball size this past season, but the years before they got a little bigger. So I'm going to make sure I try to keep a few of the suckers pruned off to start with, to see if I can get them like I had the first few years. Like I said, they'd be about that big around. And these here grow all year, produce right up through that 110 degrees. Some people says tomatoes won't do it. But this one in the tropical sunset's been doing it for me. Now yes, it slows down in that high heat, but it still puts off enough tomatoes I can go out through my garden and have my garden snacks and some for salads and such. Now the last one I'm going to try, I have these seeds. When I first got this garden place set up, I was trying just different stuff just for the fun of it. And I seen the seeds still left in here. They called Italian Ice Hybrid. Now the year I grew them, I only grew them 1 year. They just come out little old tomatoes about that big around and didn't look nothing like the picture. The picture made a beautiful white pearl tomato. Of course they souped up them pictures to sell stuff, and I know that it's a marketing deal. But anyway, I'm gonna try the Italian Ice again. Now I'm gonna wait about, I don't know, 6 weeks, 8 weeks later. And if some of you may have seen, I started this Florida 91 at the end of the summer last year. Well, then we got an early frost, and I brought 2 of them in the greenhouse with intentions of growing these in the greenhouse. Well, that was kind of a bad idea because the Florida 91, of course, being Florida, supposed to do good in extreme heat. So I'm going to wait and I'm going to plant this one up a few weeks later to try to see how it does through the heat of the summer, and maybe produce a little more tomatoes through the higher heat of the summer and into the fall. That's my plans today anyway. So what I'm going to do first here is get my packs marked up. Now I use 3-inch. These are 6 packs, 3-inch. I'll put them in the description below this video if you're interested in what size I use them. And the best way that I found to mark tomatoes, or my seedlings in here, is to take, I got painter's tape left over from when I was doing my camper project years ago. So we got our trays marked up, guys. And all I do is take my little Sharpie, poke me a little hole somewhere around 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch deep. And look at there, Oscinator even sends you a little tag. And also I like that these Oscinator STM 2255s is a pelleted seed, which makes it easier to plant. I'm going to drop 1 in each hole. I'm going to do 6 of these Oscinators. And as expensive as these seeds are, I only put 1 per deal. And then I just rake it back over there like that. I tried the method that Travis uses and using perlite, but I don't like that. I just like raking my soil back over on there. And that's all I do, guys. So if you ain't never started seeds, it's real simple. I know if you watch a lot of YouTubes, different people, some can make it sound so complicated it scares you. If you never started your own seeds before, don't be scared. best thing to do if it's your first time is go buy some seed starting mix. Not potting mix, potting soil. Buy you some seed starting mix and start your seeds that way. And then as you grow and go further, then you can start mixing your seed starting soil and go from there. But like I said, planting and growing a garden, it ain't rocket science. God created seeds to drop where they at, and a certain percentage of them's gonna grow. Now, I ain't trying to sit here and tell you that every seed you just throw on the ground is gonna grow, but what I'm trying to say is it's not as complicated as some make it sound. Now, after I get the rest of these seeded up, I'll show y'all what I'm gonna do next. So now I got them all seeded up, plus my eggplants. I'm doing Black Beauty eggplants and White Star. But I like using one of these little pump up sprayers right here to mist the top of my seedlings. Now my soil was already damp, so all I'm doing is giving it a good mist, dampening the top good, and that's what I use to spray my seeds. Now, as the seeds start growing, just for example, like these onions I got started here, I like using a little bottle here with a tube come out of it. Now I didn't come up with this idea, but I've been using it 2 or 3 years now. You can fill it up with water and you can just go right around each plant and water it, and you won't get your plants wet while you're watering it, and I really like that. But now I'm going to take these in the house, get them under the heat mat. Guys, my winter lettuce here has been doing good. We've been trimming it off, getting us a little salad here and there, lettuce to eat on burgers and such, and it just keeps coming back. So a little pot of lettuce like that is all a couple needs to grow. Well, unless you eat salad every day or something, but you know, salad once a week or once every other week, or just lettuce for your burgers and stuff, just a little bitty container. I'll grow you enough. That's just old mixed lettuce, leaf lettuce. But I'm gonna get that in the house and get on the heat mat, and then we're gonna see what else we can do. Now we're gonna try to Dr. Ray's eye. I don't know what's going on with his left eye, but I got some eye medicine that I had in my travel trailer for several years. That's pretty strong eye medicine back then, because I had got something in my eye that had to be taken out from not wearing my safety glasses when I really needed them. Hold on. Old Ray don't like this. Hold on, you gotta let me open your eye. Let me clean that mess out of your eye. Hold on. Got a lot of gook in it, guys. That didn't come out of your eye. What's that? I really need somebody to squirt it when I hold his eye open. We're gonna get it. Be stiff, be stiff, be stiff. Just trying to hit you. Just trying to hit you. I'm gonna go on and doctor both eyes, in case it's something rabbits get that's contagious or... There you go. He's got another Bobo over here. He's got some kind of wound on his foot. He done hung it on the wire or something or other. Oh, nasty stuff. Yeah, he done... I'm gonna have to check his pen, guys. He done got a good gash in his foot right here. I'm gonna doctor him up good. I have to do this a couple times a day. Y'all see that gash he got in his foot? Had pus in it. Cleaned all the pus out. I just had him out a couple of days ago breeding a doe, and that wasn't there. I found a staple right here sticking out, and I broke that off. I don't know if that's what he's hung his foot on or what. I had to redo the floor in his cage here a while back. That's all I see. I bet he done that a couple of days ago when I was breeding them, running and jumping around in there. Alright, we'll doctor you about twice a day now till that heals up. Let's move on to something else. All the left wingers say we ought to be going totally electric. Now I'm one that I have my place for electric tools, and I think they're awesome for what they are. You take this little chainsaw here. Now I actually done a video of cutting down about a 12-inch tree with this, just to see testing it out the first time. And I have used this little saw to cut a many limbs and such. But these little electric saws, guys, I'm finna show you, they made if you just need a limb or two to saw down. Now yeah, this is a cheap saw. This ain't one of your high-dollar battery-powered saws. It ain't a Makita. It ain't a Steel. But also this little 12-inch gas-powered right here is an Amazon saw just like this one, and this one here, I have to check the price now, but this one here wasn't much more than this. This is like a $110 saw when I got it, because I wanted a little 12-inch saw that was lightweight, and I didn't want to go buy no $400 steel. Because the truth is, unless you cut wood every day, you ain't gonna wear these saws out. But I'm gonna show you something right here. And I'm actually going to use the maul end for this battery powered, which is about 3.5 inches diameter. Now you see that little fella right there I cut. 20-volt battery, but you only get one battery with it. And the odds is, with these off-brand ones anyway, it's trying to get an extra battery. But anyway, I love this little saw. I got two battery-powered saws. And this one here I love the best. I keep it in my trailer when I'm mowing my yards and lawns. And I have used this thing. Nothing wrong with it. But if you're going to cut a trailer load of firewood, and I'm talking about a little trailer here. We got some limbs down where they dug our ditch back in. I decided I'd go and get me some wood and put my little wood stack for next year. You need a gas powered. Now yes, this is still fairly new. I ain't got to use it that much, but one pull. That's the bigger end of this oak. This is an oak, so it's hard. But I can use this all day just by keeping a gallon of gas with me and a little oil to put in for the oil bar. The battery powered, you ain't gonna use but about 30 minutes and your battery's gonna be dead and you ain't got another battery. And what they want you to do is buy a bunch of batteries, but what they don't tell you, they say this is all for the good, going totally electric, but they don't show you what it's doing to our earth to get the lithium to make these batteries. Now again, don't take me wrong, I ain't against battery powered tools and I ain't against solar. I actually love it, but it has its place. It's just like electric cars. If you want an electric car, by all means buy one. If you in a city, if I lived in a city, that's probably all I'd have. That's all I done is drove around the block to the grocery store. But them trying to force totally electric on everybody, are we gonna stand for it? I guess we are. We've let everything else happen in the United States. So about now I'd already be out of my battery powered if we go totally electric. But hey, that's just my opinion. I'm gonna take this little bit over there and unload it, and that's all the firewood cutting for today. Let's go do something else. Get back in there. Next, we're gonna be doctoring old Justin here. Him and my Royal, my other rooster there, they got frostbite pretty good on their combs and wattles back when we had that cold weather this winter. And I ain't never had no frostbite on no chicken. You ain't had to worry about that in Louisiana, but this year, when it got down there to 9 degrees and several nights in them low teens, they got frostbite. But I was thinking when I was stacking my wood a while ago about a movie I watched the other night. There was this couple that had a wreck where his wife got in a coma, and when she woke up, she couldn't remember anything past a certain age in her life. She couldn't remember being married to him or nothing. Well, they was driving down the road and he was trying to tell her everything, you know, as they driving. Hold on. Hold on, it's all right. And she asked him, she said, "Who's the president?" He said, "Obama." She said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah, you voted for him." She said, "Really?" I thought to myself, I said, that is exactly what I'd have said. Really? Because I dang sure wouldn't have admitted that I remembered that if I did. Let's get old Justin here doctored up. Now what I'm using here is just some blue lotion topical Around my parts of the world, you use this on just about any kind of animal there is, other than a cat. It says don't use on a cat. I know some people that has used it on themselves. But I just don't want it to get infected when these scabs start coming off the points.